Hey guys.
Hi.
We just got out of Hereditary.
Hereditary.
Hereditary? Is that
Yeah.
Heredity?
No.
I don't know. Heredity?
Pretty sure it's Hereditary.
I don't even know. But it was good.
It was good.
Yeah. There are mixed feelings about this movie all over the internet. People are like coming out of it either saying it was the worst thing ever.
Oh no, I wouldn't say
Or
that.
and other people are saying that they loved it. So it's like totally divisive. But
I mean, it was good.
oh, you're doing that thing where you're changing your mind now?
No, I didn't change my mind.
Really?
I told you in the movie theater that it was a good movie.
I thought it was freaking awesome.
Okay,
I thought it was
okay.
amazing.
I mean, it's not like I've heard that people comparing it to Rosemary's Baby and stuff like that.
Whoa,
it's
wait, no, I think that was more about the plot.
It's no Rosemary's Baby.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And it's not the plot of Rosemary's Baby, but it has a similar thing at the end where it turns out to be, well, spoiler alert. It's like
Spoilers.
it's like a conspiracy, like a not Satan, well, kind of like a Satan worshiping kind of a thing at the end where
They were conjuring up the mischief god.
yeah, but it was also like a
it was a
demon from
group of
hell.
witches that they were conjuring up the mischief god of mischief.
Yeah, but then they also explained that it was
And
a king of hell.
right, one of the kings of
So they were
hell.
kind of combining Loki with,
Yeah.
but it was more of a demon thing. It was just a demon.
Like,
And they basically were having it was like a cult, and they were having it possess the son of the lead
right,
character.
and it had initially possessed the little girl.
But you
that
didn't
the
know
woman-
that, you know.
Yeah,
was
you
like
didn't know
no
that
sign
until
of
the
that,
very
really.
end, but it had initially possessed, and it was really interesting because that dream that the mom had?
Yeah.
She said that she was telling the son that she never really wanted to have him. So the mother was
Yeah,
pushing her
yeah.
to have that kid.
I feel like
So,
while I think it was really great, I wouldn't watch it again right away. But at the same time, I feel like I'd pick up a lot more if I did.
well, see, that's the thing. I think that's why I'm saying, like, it wasn't great.
Well, I mean, I would
Is
watch it
because-
again, just not right away.
Is because I don't know if I would watch it again.
I was feeling that way partway through the movie, but it's a slow burn, the movie. It's slowly
I love slow
picks
burns.
up. I know, but
I
what I'm
love slow
saying is
burns.
partway through the movie I was feeling that way, and then things got more interesting. More and more interesting.
Yeah.
To where it got to where I mean, I would really like to. I thought it was really amazing. I thought it was a really good movie. I
You
mean, I'm not
really-
saying
you really
it was
loved it.
classic Rosemary's Baby classic.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I thought it was a great ride, and it's a slow, atmospheric one, and you got to get about halfway before you start realizing this is not just like a story about somebody who's going crazy or something.
Well, I'm glad they didn't use that term.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad they
I
didn't
did
do
not
that.
want that, but it does turn into supernatural stuff, and that was really cool. And it took a while to get to that point, right? When they started
It
doing
did.
seances and all that.
Yeah.
But there's like I thought there was some really disturbing stuff. I don't mean like a Serbian film disturbing.
Some of the I'm really glad they didn't use like any kind of CGI. Did they? I didn't find any CGI.
I
in
didn't
there.
notice anything like that. Yeah.
They did some of the images of like the mother when she was like creepily walking through the air or floating through the air or something.
Yeah.
That was creepy.
It's just it was creepy,
and-
like The Witch, the movie The Witch. It had like a feeling like that to me.
Excuse me.
I'm not saying it was like that movie.
Sorry.
But it had like a feeling of it, you know.
I love The Witch way more than this.
I love The Witch. I love the subject matter of The Witch, so of course maybe I love that one more. But
But see, I love The Witch, but I love Rosemary's Baby obviously way more than The Witch. So it's not that it's the time period that I love more for witches in the, Salem era.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, there's more style. I mean, Rosemary's Baby is a classic. I wouldn't call this one a future classic.
I think what got
But
to me
it's
at the
really
end,
good.
what got to me at the end was that like it felt the cult stuff, the witch stuff, it felt a little cheesy. It was cheesy instead of creepy to me.
Oh, I thought they did it very creepily. I thought they did a good job with that.
The whole like hail so and so or whatever.
Because that's what was reminiscent of Rosemary's Baby to me. And
but
I didn't think it was
Baby,
that part.
creepy.
I didn't think was any better or different from Rosemary's Baby in the way it was done.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
Wow.
As far as the reveal, when they're having their stupid little like party and all that at the end of Rosemary's Baby, which I love, but I didn't see how that was any like better than the way this ended.
I think and I hate saying this, but like the whoever they chose to be the actors in Rosemary's Baby were way creepier. And it was just, it's even like a group
You
thing.
mean just because they look like, I think you mean just because the way they act, it's very much like these ones were acting more like we're creepy cold people.
Yeah.
And in Rosemary's Baby, it's like, ooh, taking pictures and like...
Yeah, we're just like normal people.
Take a picture of the baby.
Exactly.
And, it's a Satan baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. Okay.
Way creepier. This one was like, also, I didn't find the God of Mischief very creepy either. I thought that was a weird choice. Who cares? So it's the God of Mischief.
The first time they showed like a man standing in the corner naked in the
that
shadows.
Was creepy, yeah.
That was super scary, but I thought that was the God of Mischief and he was waiting to take over.
Oh, no.
I know that. It's not what it was. But the first time they showed him, that's what I thought. And it was super creepy. He had this grin on his face.
Yeah,
that's what I thought was going to happen. I thought that was him, but turned out it was just one of the cold people. Mm-hmm. They were slowly showing up, But basically, we didn't really see anything of the God of Mischief doing anything or anything at all, really.
Right.
Like when the girl was possessed, we didn't even know that until the end of the movie when they revealed it. And like she didn't act possessed; she was just acting like a girl, like
just like an
kid.
angsty teenager or something.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, and I was gonna say, when I saw the trailer for this movie, I didn't really get much out of it. Mm-hmm. I didn't really I couldn't really tell what the horror aspect of the movie was, so I wasn't really drawn to go see it.
Right.
And I know you were excited about it.
Yeah, I was.
Why? What was it about the trailer that got you wanting to go?
I don't think it was the trailer. I think it was something that I read, and I just really felt like seeing a movie that day. That one day that I wanted to see it, and then I don't know. I wasn't... Usually, when I go see a scary movie, it's more of The Conjuring and things like that. And I was interested in seeing this. I wasn't as, I didn't come out of there being like, oh my god, that's my favorite scary movie. You know what I mean? I
didn't come out of there like that either. I'm just saying that it was super good.
It was good.
I wasn't like I said, I don't think this is going to be like a classic.
No.
In the future, but I think it's a really good one. I thought all the acting was really good and everything.
Of course. The main actors were amazing.
I loved that it was a slow build. I was saying earlier that the part where spoilers, where the daughter gets decapitated.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the first big things that happened in the movie.
Yeah, that was very...
That was before it ever got into the
I don't think I've ever seen something like that, really.
Stuff.
That was crazy.
Well, and I don't even know if it would work exactly that way. It would actually, just decapitate you. Probably just smash your head or something.
And you were looking at me because I was, slightly laughing. But it was because I was uncomfortable because of the fact that what son just goes home and doesn't run and scream and tell their parents no.
No, that's what I loved. I totally bought that. He didn't know what to do, and he was totally out of it. He was driving home from a party with his little sister in the back, and he was trying to get her to a hospital, actually.
I know.
Because she couldn't, I know. They don't know.
Oh.
She couldn't breathe because she had eaten something that they had been using the knife to chop nuts.
Yeah.
And then they were using it to cut the cake too.
Right.
And maybe there were nuts in the cake, I don't know. But she was allergic to nuts.
I've never been to a party where they cook
baked cakes and stuff. Teenagers, but it was crazy. But anyway, they baked cake at this teenage party.
At first I thought that she was having a reaction to some weed that they had put in there or something.
No, I saw that when they were chopping nuts, I said, because they made a big deal in the beginning about her nut allergy. And so anyway, so she couldn't breathe. She was choking to death. So the brother had to get her out of there. He was trying to take her to the hospital. She couldn't breathe. She rolls down the window and sticks her head out the window. And he sees like a dead animal in the road, a deer or something, and so he swerves to avoid it, and there's a telephone pole or something, and it just knocks her head off.
Do you think that was put there?
Oh yeah, I think either that body of the
like
animal,
an image.
it probably wasn't even there.
Yeah.
But the thing that disturbed me, well, that was disturbing, and then like, it was, to me, it was totally real, his reaction and the way he was just out of it, and also he didn't know what to do, and I mean,
like,
you know,
like
in a
don't get
situation
me
like that,
don't get me wrong. I totally buy it because I know some people are like that. I guess. But
what are you gonna do? Go home? Mom, I killed my sister.
No,
sorry.
I would have stopped, called the police.
Yeah, I probably would have. Yeah,
immediately, or called my parents immediately, crying because what else do you do?
Maybe. Did you see that video that some girl who accidentally like killed her sister in like a drunk driving or something, and she like was like filming it on and putting it on Instagram because she was like, I don't know what just happened, I just killed my sister. It was some kind of crazy. It was a long time since I saw it, but it was really like,
that's horrifying.
It was really horrible. Actually, she was kind of,
like,
she might have been acting flippant about
like,
it.
I totally believe that could happen. I believe that somebody would react that way. It's just weird to me because I
thought
never
that was
that
a really
would act
intense
like
scene.
Yeah.
I thought that was really intense, the way they were zooming in on him and the way he just looked so out of it.
The scene that I loved was like, and I mean, I love the scene where the mom was like found out about it. Where the mom found out about
and he's
it.
like laying in bed, and he's hearing her screaming.
Yeah.
Because he just, he ended up just driving home with the sister's body, headless body, in the back seat, halfway hanging out of the car. And he just drove home and went upstairs and laid down in bed. And he was just out of it, and also scared and freaked out.
Like, didn't know what to tell his parents.
Yeah, oh, I mean, I honestly don't know what you would say to your parents in that situation.
Yeah.
And even though it was an accident, but what are you going to say? I mean...
you would have to call the police. That would be like
the best thing would be stay where it happened and call the police. But he had been smoking weed earlier, and some people are gonna say, oh, it's because he was on weed or some junk.
Oh, that he thought he was gonna get in trouble for that.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he was even thinking about that, but the part that extra disturbed me, because I didn't expect it, and it was, things like this are just horrifying to me. They cut to the shot of the head.
Oh yeah.
On the road the next day with just covered with ants.
Yeah.
And I mean, we had just seen her alive.
I know.
And then you get the son's reaction, then the mom's reaction.
Yeah.
And then that cut to this head covered in ants.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of thing that disturbs me, and I found that super disturbing. Just the thought of that you could just be like, you've got your little sister in the car one minute, and the next minute her head is on the road.
Yeah.
Covered in ants. That was totally fucked up, man. That disturbed me. But yeah, and that's when the movie got more, interesting to me. And then it started getting into the supernatural stuff. She started the mother starts experimenting with
well, she meets this lady.
Yeah, a lady that seems like she's trying to help her, eventually gets her into doing a seance and stuff, and it's all this trap they're bringing her into.
Yeah.
And it's all just to get the son, so they can have a
body
boy,
for
a male body for this demon to inhabit. I thought it was super good as a horror film. You
should definitely go see it.
If you're not a person who is going to be like, it was boring, there was no action.
Oh, no.
There's some people who are like that,
It wasn't boring at all.
No, but I can understand a person there are a lot of people who just don't like slow-moving horror movies.
Okay.
If you don't like stuff like Rosemary's Baby, and I know Rosemary's Baby's
what was the other one that
better, but
did they say The Shining too? I think.
Who? Oh,
they were comparing it to the Rosemary's Baby and The Shining.
I know the Cinema Snob was. He mentioned Rosemary's Baby and The Shining, but he also mentioned the Babadook, which I don't like Babadook.
I don't like that movie either.
Now I don't remember anything from the Babadook.
I couldn't get
except
past
the screaming kid.
Yeah, I couldn't get past
that. And I feel like maybe it was a good movie and I forgot because
of the screaming kid.
I just hated the kid so much, and I know that was the point, and that was part of the nightmare that they were building for the mother character. But it's such a real life nightmare. I don't want to watch it. Okay, I don't like screaming kids, and I don't want to see it.
No.
But. So I did not like the Babadook, but yeah, I really like this. I highly recommend it.
It was really good.
Yeah, you recommend it?
I recommend it, totally.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know.
I have to ask you again then in like a month, because I remember you came out with Last Jedi loving it, and then like a month later or a few months later we reviewed it.
Well,
and you hated it.
Don't get me wrong, like this was not a bad movie.
Neither was Last Jedi.
It was just a good movie. You know what I mean? Like, you know how sometimes I
thought it was a few notches above
sometimes
that.
I come out of the movies and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That was amazing. You know? This was not one of my moments. One of those moments for me. So.
I felt like, I didn't feel like it was a Rosemary's Baby level classic.
No.
Maybe partly just because, Rosemary's Baby already did it. And there's a lot of style in that. There's a lot of style in this too, but it's not as unique of a style.
I really didn't like the end scene.
I liked it. I mean, there could have been more to it, but we didn't get much out of the boy in terms of the demon's
When they turned to the
personality.
statue, I was like, oh, are you kidding me?
Why?
I think it was just cheesy to me.
I didn't really see the point of the statue. They had the statue that
I think it would be
like a Jesus statue.
It would have been way creepier without the statue. I don't know what they would have been worshiping though. Just him. He should have just been worshiping him without that statue there. I don't know. It just felt.
I didn't get the statue purpose, but it didn't bother me.
It felt like they were trying to copy Rosemary's Baby. And now that I think about it, I really wish that you hadn't told me that somebody was comparing it to Rosemary's Baby, because then I went into that like thinking.
I would have noticed that connection at the end anyway.
Well, yeah, me too. But I don't know.
Well, see, and the reason we bring up like other reviews is we had kind of like already slowly lost interest in even going to see it.
Yeah.
Because we heard so much negative talk. But then I watched the Snobs review the other day and they really liked it. And that kind of got me back to... Actually, I wasn't even interested before. Mm-hmm. I was going to go anyway because just to go see a movie. But that really got me jazzed to check it out. Because I didn't know if I was going to like it. Because I wasn't sure if it was going to be like The Babadook. But I recommend it.
The acting is really good in this movie. Toni Collette, she's so good.
Oh, she's great, yeah.
And I don't know the name of the man.
I forget the name of the guy who played the dad.
Father.
I know it,
He's
but
the guy
it's
from
just escaping me.
Little Women, right?
He's from a lot of things.
Yeah. He's super good.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
And the kids are great. And so is the main witch lady.
I know his name. I can't think of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a big actor,
Really, what I don't think it was anything at the end. It was just like I don't know. It seemed very cheesy and already done at the end. At the very end, that's all I'm talking about. Like the very last scene.
The final scene.
The very last scene. Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the ending. I didn't have a problem with that.
So.
I mean, yeah, it was very reminiscent of Rosemary's Baby, but.
And then,
I mean, a lot of movies have an end scene where you find out there's a cult and stuff. But I thought it was cool. I liked it.
Hereditary. Are they talking about, like, witchcraft? That's what is the Hereditary thing?
Yeah, the actual title, Hereditary.
What does that mean?
I would have to think about what that meant. Well, I mean, because the mother was the one that instigated all this, the grandmother. And the mom thought that there was like
some sort of
insanity
mental
or something
because
running in her family.
She said that her brother.
Yeah, her family had done all kinds of.
Her brother was schizophrenic.
Had all kinds of issues. Yeah.
And yeah, I wish I now.
There was
a
lot of like suicide and murder and
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't remember, but it was a lot of stuff with her family and basically they were all, I guess, or at least the mom was into witchcraft, so that was the thing.
What I'm thinking is that like all the males, that they had cursed all the males in the family or something.
Hereditary, just because they're all connected by family, and that's they were victims of this because of the mom and the grandmom. So it's a family thing.
Bad grandma.
Yeah, it was they could have called this Bad Grandma.
Better name.
This is kind of like I think that those paranormal activity movies
mm-hmm.
eventually unraveled the plot through the course of the movies. There was something like this where the grandma was doing witchcraft, and so this is like a real movie version of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I felt so bad for the father, like when he was just, I felt so bad for him because he was dealing with all this. He was like, my wife's crazy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the son is like falling apart. And like, my daughter just died. That poor man.
And he was he was the strong.
He was very strong.
Not handling everything. I was kind of thinking he might be bottling stuff up a little too much, but for himself. But he was trying to be like strong for everybody, and then he was, and then horrible thing happened to him.
I guess the god wanted a young body. I was like, why didn't you take the older?
Oh yeah, no, he was pretty old. Yeah. But yeah. For that anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah.
I think they could have gone with a better demon. That's my assessment.
You mean they could have like shown the demon better or something?
No,
the possession?
I think they could have picked a better, more sinister demon than this.
Rather than a chaos guy?
Demon of mischief.
Demon of mischief.
It's just like a little guy who runs around. He's not.
Well, they only did it because he wasn't really the horror part. It was the witches. It was the cult.
Yeah,
that was
I know.
The horror. And they were conjuring him because you would get riches and all this stuff if you did,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just
part
thought
of
this really
part of the ceremony was like 3 sacrifices or what?
Oh yeah, you had to have 3 sacrifices, and I guess they all had to be beheaded or something.
Yeah.
But then they only had 2 beheaded bodies at the end. But the dad was also, he was decapitated, wasn't he?
Well, they had the 2 beheaded bodies, and then they had the sister's head on the idol.
Oh, is that the sister's head?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell that was the sister's head. I just thought that was a statue head or something.
No, sister's head.
Ooh, that was gross. I figured she was one of the bodies also down there. Anyway.
I don't think so.
It was gross.
Anyway. So yeah, go see it.
There's
it's good.
Gross stuff.
There's gross stuff.
Just a few parts that are disturbing. There's some scary stuff.
There is some scary stuff. Some creepy stuff. Props to this movie for not using like CGI annoying CGI movements and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of like guys in the corner or creepy guys in the corner and like noises. Lots of really like good classic
ghosts
stuff.
Or that you could barely they were just like there, but they were kind of half there.
Yeah.
They looked good.
Yeah, it was really...
Like the first time she sees her mom.
The visuals were really, really well done. And maybe I just wasn't in the place today to like watch a movie like this. It's possible. Which is weird because I'm always in the mood to watch a movie like this.
Because I told you that Jurassic Park was out and then you were like,
maybe.
We use Movie Pass and we can't go on opening night to Jurassic Park with Movie Pass.
Yeah.
Because it's sold out.
He sent me a text today and he was like, hey, let's go see a movie. And I was like, okay, Hereditary? Because I had been wanting to see this. And then he was like, oh yeah, Jurassic World is out. And I was like, wait, what?
And also the Mr. Rogers
I really want to see that too.
The documentary. I want to see that. And
I heard dinosaurs in the room next to me and I was like,
I'll tell you what, guys, quite a while back, we saw Solo. I'm going to try to do a quick review later and post it, even though I just want to get my opinion out there. We just never got around to reviewing it. And also, I saw Ready Player One, so I'm going to do a late review on that. And I'm going to do a late review. I feel like I'm forgetting another one. Did we see anything else, or did I see any? Some of these I saw by myself. I feel like there might be one more, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to try to do those just later, and they'll be very late reviews. And Coco the gorilla died. The gorilla Coco, the sign language. I'm so sad about that. I grew up with Coco the gorilla.
I know you loved Coco.
And Robin Williams. Watch that video with Robin Williams meeting Coco the gorilla.
So
my God.
Tears.
So yeah, just wanted to say we're gonna miss Coco.
Bye, Coco.
But yeah. So that's it for me. I recommend it.
I recommend it too. Get in the mindset of watching it. Go see Jurassic World first and then go see it.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.
Okay, see ya.